All right, baby, time to make some progress. I got an email saying that the front reverse shackle kit that we ordered is going to be here today. And then the rear lift that we ordered from a different manufacturer is going to be here on Wednesday. So I'm thinking today we're going to go ahead and pull the bed, and that kind of depends on if I can get the excavator started or not. The alternator went out on it and it's just killing the battery. I've been putting a charger on it every day, but it's just not wanting to fire up. I took it back to Walmart. They said that the battery is dead and needs to be charged. I'm like, I already charged it. So anyways, I bought one of their chargers this morning. It said dead battery. So then I tried to recondition it. It's currently in the recondition or repair status. It'll tell me in about 4 hours whether or not it works. If it says that it didn't work, I'm gonna take it back to Walmart, get a new battery. Long story short, we're gonna try to use the excavator to take off the bed. For those of you that don't know, there are just 6 bolts that you need to unbolt to get the bed off. And then obviously you gotta disconnect the wiring harness on the back of the taillights. You also need to unscrew these guys. There are 3 little bolts in there, and unscrew those, the filler necks, and then you gotta obviously do that on both tanks. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on taking the bed off. The reason I want to take the bed off since I'm doing the lift is because the underside of this truck, it's a Missouri truck. It was my grandpa's truck. He bought it brand new, and then I bought it from my grandma whenever he passed away a few years ago. But the reason I want to go ahead and do this is because since it is from Missouri, it does have the cancerous rust. So I figure pull off the bed, it'll make putting on the rear lift a little bit easier, and then I can go ahead and clean up the frame. We'll kind of sand it down a little bit, use a wire wheel, that sort of thing. Go ahead and do some sort of undercoating on it yet. I haven't done much research to see which one I'm going to use. I've heard the POR 15. I've heard just regular Rust-Oleum, using just a rattle can. So we got some research to do. If you have a good idea on what works for you, let me know down in the comments below. And I'm going to try to do that here within the next couple of days. And this part right here, it's just got a little push-in thing, so you just gotta kind of wiggle it out. So in my case, the part didn't actually come out, it just ripped out of the back of the wiring. So you can just feed this guy down through there so that you don't rip anything whenever you pull the bed. So the underside of this bolt here, it's completely like rusted through. There's not even a nut on the bolt, but it's like rusted to the actual long mount that goes side to side on the truck. So I'm just gonna try to hammer it out like this with the screwdriver. This shows you how much rust is on this truck. I started tapping a hammer onto the screwdriver and this part just rusted out. Now I'm gonna try to pry it up, but we got some figuring to do on this thing. If we get a whole new bed all together, or if we're gonna go and just do like a flat bed. I don't know. Leave comments below, let me know. The thing is in there pretty good, so I'm gonna try to use channel locks and just grab onto it and try twisting it, get it to come out. Look at that. Rust is pretty awesome. 2 more bolts. We got that guy there, this guy, and we should be able to pull it off. I'm still waiting on the excavator battery to charge. Find out what the deal is with that. Worst case, I'll just go buy a whole new battery if they won't warranty it, and we'll get this thing pulled off. All right, well, again, we got another rusted bolt. The nut won't come off of the bolt, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna grind that thing off. We're actually gonna cut it and then kind of chisel it out. So we're gonna have to do that on these last 2 bolts. That guy and that guy. What I did here was I just pushed the filler neck down and behind the little plastic molding here, and then I'm just gonna set it right here for now. I put the lid back on it just so nothing falls in there, and onto the front. As some of y'all might know, this used to be my grandpa's truck, and he had a flatbed on here before. He just put this mismatched bed on there when his health started failing, because he wasn't going to be able to farm anymore, so he sold that to get the money for it. But looks like when they put it back on, they didn't really go back to stock. There's the filler neck. And so they did this little number, they spliced it together. I'm guessing that was just the easiest way from the setup that they had on the flatbed. So looks like I just need to disconnect right here and we should be good. Here's the setup that he had, which again, I think was from the flatbed. So we'll figure that out whenever we put it all back together. Golly, I feel sorry for y'all that live up north. These are the quote-unquote bolts that were holding on the bed. So there were only 5 of them because the other one rusted out and looked about like this guy. So y'all need to move to Texas. Anybody from up north where you get any sort of snow. Okay, so that excavator battery is completely dead. I bought a charger from Walmart, tried rejuvenating it, whatever. It just would not take a charge at all, so it's completely dead. Went back, they gave me a brand new battery under warranty for free. And so I just got that put in. Now we're gonna go ahead and go back there in the woods, pull the bed off. We still have one bolt back there that's still kind of connected. I was able to get it out, but it's still kind of wedged down there in the frame or on the little mounting bracket that's on the bottom. So I'm gonna lift it up with the excavator a little bit and then we're gonna chop it off with the cutting wheel. Let's get started. Here's our setup. We got the truck parked all the way over here. We got the excavator on the trailer in the middle, just so we don't have to unload it or anything. And then we've got the kind of blocks and everything set up over there. I don't plan on it sitting over there for too long, so I'm just putting it on 2 conduit reels. If you're gonna be leaving it out there for longer, I definitely want to shore it up a little bit better than that, but for, you know, just maybe a few weeks, couple weeks, 6 months, I don't know. This is good enough for now. All right, let's see how the brand new battery does. I have not tried cranking on it yet. That's a good sign. Oh man. All right. Bed is now pulled. Now it's time to start doing some wire wheel. You can see this bolt that I couldn't get out. I tried cutting it. Anyways, it's a mess. It's a real mess. I'm gonna clean up some of this stuff. Probably replace some of these straps. The ones on the underside are really, really rusted. But this is gonna make it so much easier to install this lift. See our nice little cutout. Kind of hit the cab a little bit, but it's all right. Hopefully it'll be mostly covered. On that side, it's not going to be covered once I put the bed back on. And that's another point. Should we go back with with a bed, or should we maybe do a flat bed of some sort? Get somebody to weld something up. I have never looked into welding beds or anything, so I'm not really sure what the options are, but if y'all have some ideas, leave a suggestion in the comments. What y'all saw in the video, when I couldn't get this, the back left corner, the back driver's side off, I didn't realize it, but the little step that they have on the bumper, this was also attached to the bed just right here. So that's what took so long getting that. I had to run back up to my house, grab the tools, yada yada. This is interesting. Now that we have the bed off, you can really see this bracket is being held on by nothing. Yeah, the bed, the rear leaf spring is only being held on right here and by the front mount. The back mount, this thing is completely gone. Completely. Look at that. Versus this side, it's still on there. You can see it's still on, but look at how it's being held on. Just by this little itty bitty, there's a bolt. There's a bolt going through right here that extends past this part, and that's the only thing holding it on. So this one's going to do the same thing here in a little bit. And look at the height difference. That one sits up above, that one's almost flush. Crazy. Just driving from the woods back up to by my house, you can see how much further up that thing went. So the bed was really holding this thing down. In the last little clip that I showed, this was actually sitting down here, and so this thing is gone up another 3 inches. Amazing. So this one will probably pop here pretty soon.